To find the greatest common factor between numbers, we first have to understand what the vocabulary means. So G standing for greatest, meaning the largest. Common, meaning you have to be comparing at least two numbers so that those numbers have something in common. And factor, a number that you multiply to get another number. And we're dealing with whole numbers here, not the numbers in between, not the rational. So in example 1, if I'm trying to find the greatest common factor, or GCF for short, between 9 and 12, I need to find all of the factors of each number to see which factors they have in common. So first I will list the factors of 9, and in order to do this, I use what's called a factor rainbow. 1 times 9 gives me the partners, or factor pair of 1 and 9 to get 9. What other numbers do I multiply? 2 does not go into 9 evenly. 3, however, does, and I multiply 3 by 3 to get 9. So the only factors that I have of 9 are 1, 3, and 9. I'll then make my factor tree for 12. 1 times 12 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. And once I get to another number, 4, that I've already listed as a factor, then I know I have all of my factors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So now that I've listed all of the factors of 9 and I've listed all of the factors of 12, I can now see that 1 is a common factor and 3 is a common factor. So 9 and 12 have two common factors, 1 and 3. The greatest common factor, the GCF, between 9 and 12 is 3. It is the largest number that goes evenly into both of them, 9 and 12. If I were to continue with example 2, and I list the factors of 8, 1 times 8, 2 times 4, 3 does not go evenly in, and I've already listed 4. That means I have got all my factors, so 1, 2, 4, and 8 are all the factors of 8. I've listed the factors of 12 above, so I can just use the information above and copy it down. 8 and 12 have common factors 1, 2, and 4. The greatest common factor between 8 and 12 is 4. It is the largest number that goes evenly into both 8 and 12. And for my third example, I set up my factor pairs. 1 times 30 is 30. 2 times 15 is 30. 3 goes in evenly times 10 is 30. Does 4 go evenly into 30? Nope, I know 4 goes into 32, and that's only 2 away. Does 5 go evenly into 30? Yes, it does. 5 times 6. So there I have all of my factors of 30. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 20. If I repeat the process for 42, 1 times 42 is 42, 2 times 21 is 42, 3 goes into 42. If I'm not sure, I can always calculate to the side 14 times. So 3 times 14. 4 does not go evenly into 42 because I know it goes into 40, and that's only 42 is only 2 units away, or ones away. 5 does not go in evenly because 42 does not end in a 0 or a 5. 6, however, times 7 also gives me 42. So here I have all of my factor pairs of 42, and I can now list them in order. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 14, 21, and 42. Now I can compare my two factor sets. Which factors do they have in common? You may notice that 1 is a factor of every number here. 2 is also a factor. 3 is a factor. 6 is a factor of, common factor. So 1, 2, 3, and 6 so far are our common factors. And it looks like 6 is the greatest common factor between 30 and 42. When you're talking about greatest common factor, you do want to make sure that you use proper language. So to summarize, to find the greatest common factor, you list the factors of each number. identify the factors they have in common, and the greatest number that they have in common is the greatest common factor.